Hello and welcome to the Star Award Show, brought to you by the Bob Mwiti Foundation. For some students, education is something they prepare for the future. For others, it becomes something they begin to apply long before they leave the classroom. Today we meet Irene Mwendwa, a Form 4 student at St. Teresa Girls Moi Equator from Kembo Village, Kangaita sublocation on Tulili location in Timau Ward, Bori West, Meru County. Irene comes from a humble family where both parents depend on small-scale farming. Growing up in this environment, Irene learned early the value of discipline, responsibility, and perseverance. With a clear vision of becoming a civil engineer, Irene is focused on building a future where she can contribute to development and improve lives through infrastructure. Today, we follow her journey, a story of discipline and determination. Our journey takes us into Kangaita village in Timau Ward, Bori constituency, Meru County. Set on the verdant northwestern slopes of Mount Kenya, this is a region known for its cool climate, fertile soils, and breathtaking scenery. Reaching this village is not easy. The journey takes us through rough roads that wind through the interior of Bori, climbing hills and descending valleys before disappearing into narrow village paths. Eventually, we arrive at a simple homestead nestled within this beautiful landscape. At first glance, it is a place that appears peaceful. Yet, behind this quiet setting is a family whose life has been shaped by sacrifice, perseverance, and the determination to keep education alive despite constant challenges. It is here that Irene Mwendwa is growing up.
My name is Irene Mwendwa, studying at St. Teresa Moi Equator Girls High School. I'm in Form 4.
For years, Irene's family has depended on small-scale farming as their primary source of livelihood.
I do casual jobs such as digging on farms around the village so that I can earn some money to pay school fees.
But as the cost of education has continued to rise,
the responsibility of taking care of these children is very challenging, especially when it comes to their education.
It has not been easy. Sometimes it's tormenting. It makes me feel low. It lowers my self-esteem. I feel bad. I feel like I won't achieve my dream and my goals.
the family has often found itself stretched beyond what farming alone can sustain.
Farming here is not consistent. There are times when we get absolutely nothing from the farm.
My mom, she's a peasant farmer. She has a small farm that she really tries a lot so that anything that she gets from the farm, it's able to cater for our needs and our school fees.
Much of the responsibility for keeping things moving falls on Irene's mother.
I've been living with my mom, my grandfather, and my sister. My two sisters.
Life has been very difficult, raising 3 children without enough resources to support their education.
While her husband often works away from home in search of opportunities, she remains at the center of daily family life.
My husband went to look for work away from home so that he could help support the children. When they joined school and we realized school fees had become a challenge and sometimes we would plant and harvest nothing while the children still had needs, we decided it was best for him to leave and look for opportunities elsewhere.
The family has already seen one child advance to medical training.
She completed her college studies and is now volunteering at Embu Level 5 Hospital as she awaits graduation.
While the others continue pursuing their studies.
Irene is a calm child. She is very obedient and hardworking. The last-born is in grade 5 at Kangaita Primary School.
And it is within this environment that Irene learned one of life's earliest lessons: opportunities rarely come easily.
Education is the key to success. I believe that, and I know that through education I can get anything that I need and attain anything that I need in the world.
From a young age, Irene showed a strong interest in learning.
I started to learn at Kangaita Primary School at nursery.
Academically, Irene performed very well. She was always at the top of her class.
She approached school seriously and developed a reputation as a disciplined and hardworking student.
It's not been easy for me, considering from where I come from, the struggles in raising the school fees, but still yet I need to attain my targets as a student and as a determined girl. I still focus in class and make sure that I make the better version of myself.
Education quickly became something she valued deeply.
Mainly from class 1 to class 4, maintaining position 1 in class almost all the time.
Partly because she understood the effort her parents were making to keep her in school.
You see the children trying very hard, and I am also trying my best. Sometimes they ask me why I never got an education and whether that is the reason we are struggling. I tell them that despite my circumstances, I will do everything I can to ensure they get educated. Sometimes they perform very well in school and ask me what gift I will give them. Yet at that moment, I do not even have a single coin.
Yet even during her primary school years, challenges began to emerge.
Parents are peasant farmers, so it's very hard for them to raise that amount of money still because we are 3 of us.
School fees became a recurring struggle for the family.
Her biggest challenge was being sent home frequently because of school fees. Yet, academically, she continued to perform very well.
There were times when balances accumulated and Irene found herself sent home.
Yeah, most of the time is the times that I was sent home for school fees.
For a child who loved school, these interruptions were difficult.
So when I was at home during that hard times, I used to motivate myself. Yes, still I would go back to school and I would be able to attain my targets.
Every day spent away from class meant missed lessons and the challenge of catching up later.
There was a time she came second in class, and it really affected her. She was upset for a long time because she had never expected anyone to outperform her.
Yes, even though I go back to school, not that the teacher will say, Irene was not in class, so we have to repeat from where she left from, then continue. But now it's up to me as a student to make sure that I catch up with the others. So it's really affected me most of the time.
Her parents did everything they could, and through it all, Irene remained determined to continue learning.
That year still, it was not easy in terms of the raising of the school fees because we had a hard time from home. I would try hard and ensure that I've covered what it takes me so that I can ensure that I attain what is needed so that I can be a better person in the future. I managed to score a 364, but my target was a 400, having to be position 1 in the sub-county level.
While financial difficulties created one obstacle, another challenge quietly followed her educational journey.
While she was still in primary school, she developed an eye condition. You can see that she now wears spectacles.
For several years, Irene has lived with a recurring eye condition that repeatedly disrupted her learning.
The school would call me and ask me to come and pick Irene. As I went to pick her, I often did not even have money for her school fees, let alone money for treatment. I would bring Irene home and then look for someone willing to lend me money, promising that I would repay the debt through work. Sometimes I borrowed from friends so that I could take her to hospital. Eventually, it became difficult even to repay those debts because I did not know who to pay first and who to ask to wait.
There were periods when her eyes became swollen and painful, making it difficult to see clearly, read comfortably, or concentrate in class.
Where sometimes the eyes swell, it's difficult for me as a student because like straining to see what the teacher writes on the board. I do strain a lot. It negatively affects my studies because most of the time I have to leave the school. When I leave the school, other students would learn. So I get myself left behind.
At times, the condition became severe enough to force her out of school and into hospitals for treatment.
I took loans wherever I could find them. Her father would also send whatever little he could and ask me to find a way to take her to hospital.
And it meant introducing new financial pressures into a family already struggling to raise school fees.
There came a point when she asked me whether she would even complete her education. She was being sent home from school, I had accumulated debts, and things had become very difficult for her, especially because she was not the only child depending on me.
Many of the times it would rise up, mostly when you are doing exams. You'd swell. I'd have to leave the exam room so that I can get the medical services. That was another issue because I'm not sure if mom is able to cater for the bill, and maybe I could just come home and stay for a few days. Then she's able to raise the money from the friends, and then I would be able to get the medical services and then go back to school.
For Irene, education does not end when lessons are over. What she learns in class finds its way into real life, where she applies knowledge in practical ways. Through small initiatives like these tree nurseries and poultry farming, she is already building skills that go beyond theory, learning responsibility, consistency, and how to create value from limited resources. In this way, her education becomes something active, not just something to prepare for later.
So I have a grandfather who owns a tree nursery. It's, I think, the largest in this area. So most of the time our grandmother would send us there and tell us, go for trees so that you can plant them. So when we go there, our grandfather would used to take us to the farm, to see the nursery, and it inspired me a lot, and I really thought that it would help us in terms of raising the money we need.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, knowing that she would soon be joining secondary school, she suggested that we start a tree nursery because there were very few people doing that kind of business. She told me that once she joined school, I would continue taking care of it. Today, during the rainy season, people buy many trees, and that is how I earn a little money, which I save toward her school fees.
What began as a simple activity gradually became an important learning experience, teaching her patience, responsibility, and the value of nurturing something over time.
They need to be committed, responsible, because the tree nursery needs a lot of attention.
Her entrepreneurial spirit did not stop there. After receiving a hen from her grandmother, she began a small pottery project.
So I started with one hen that was given as a gift from my shush. So it acted as a blessing.
And slowly expanded it.
Right now I have maybe 10 to 12 hens. When they lay eggs, we are able to sell them.
For many students, completing primary education brings excitement about the next stage of learning.
You dreamed of going to a better school, but still there's the issue of, will I be able to get you there?
For Irene's family, however, that excitement was accompanied by uncertainty.
Is the money available to cater for your needs, for your school fees, for your uniform?
Secondary school would require significantly more resources than primary school.
She emerged as the top student in Buri constituency. I made sure I borrowed money so that she could join secondary school with school fees, uniform, and shopping requirements.
At home, Irene's reality is shaped by small-scale farming where income is steady only to a certain extent and needs often exceed what is available. Supporting education requires continuous effort, and meeting all requirements is not always easy. Even so, this environment has not slowed her down. Instead, it has strengthened her discipline and reinforced her commitment to making the most of every opportunity she has.
They contributed, and it enabled me to be admitted at the school.
Joining secondary school was a victory. Remaining there became another challenge altogether.
Paying all the school fees at once was impossible, so I went and spoke to the principal, and together we agreed on a payment plan.
Understanding the family's financial situation, Irene's mother approached the school administration and explained the difficulties they were facing.
We divided the fees into smaller weekly or bi-weekly payments and agreed on an amount I will try to pay regularly. Sometimes those dates arrive and I still do not have the money, so I take loans just to ensure I honor the agreement with the school.
That arrangement became the family's lifeline.
That arrangement helped ensure Irene would not be sent home because I explained my situation to the school, especially since I also had another child in college.
From that point onward, Irene's education depended on a constant cycle of effort.
The teachers tried to understand my situation, and the school does not send her home. Even when I am unable to meet the agreement, I call and explain what is happening.
Despite the obstacles she has encountered, Irene remains focused on what lies ahead.
I really dream for a better future, not a life full of struggles, pain, and misery.
Irene's vision for the future is clear. She wants to become a civil engineer contributing to development through infrastructure that empowers lives. But even now, that mindset is already visible in how she approaches her life, building step by step, learning through action, and staying focused on her goals. For her, the journey is not just about reaching the future, but about starting to shape it from where she is today.
I look forward to become a civil engineer. This will enable me to help my family.
What stands out most about Irene's story is not simply the challenges she has faced, it is the way she has responded to them.
I am proud of her grades and how hard she works despite all the challenges. She often tells me that better days are coming.
She continues to demonstrate a level of resilience that extends beyond academics.
She understands her background. Even at night, she continues studying and doing her assignments. She often tells me that when she succeeds, she will help this family build a better future.
As the challenges continued, the family learned about the Bob Mwiti Foundation and the Star Award.
It's from Pastor Washura, who from the church Highway.
They applied and waited, hoping that an opportunity might emerge to ease some of the pressure they had carried for years.
Through my sister's help, we got the information from there, we applied, and she was the one who helped me through this process.
The Bob Mwiti Foundation is rooted in lived experience shaped by the journey of its chairman.
I grew up in a very humble family, raised primarily by my grandparents. In primary school, I worked very hard and was fortunate to become one of the top students in Meru County. That performance earned me admission to one of the most prestigious schools in the country, Nairobi School.
Honorable Kinoti Gatobu, former Bori MP, was among the distinguished guests during the official launch of Bob Mwiti Foundation.
So I knew Bob through Nkobwa High School. Nkobwa High School really molded us. It changed our lives forever. Bob, I've never known Nkobwa High School was not your school of choice. It was a product of circumstances. Because even for me, Nkobwa High School was not my choice. My dream school since I was a small boy was Tarehe Boys. But many years later, when I look back, one of the best things that happened in my life was going to Nkobwa High School.
Bob Mwiti and Honorable Gatobu first came to know each other through their former high school, Nkobo High School, a connection that has remained strong over the years.
The principal invited us to form Nkobo High School Old Boys Association. And he picked me to be the patron. That's when now I came to meet Bob, and we became great friends. And he was very committed to the cause.
During the event, Honorable Gatobu praised Bob Mwiti for consistently being at the forefront of empowering dreams and creating opportunities for young people through education and mentorship.
And Bob never misses. Sometimes he takes a flight from US to come and mentor the boys of Mwendwa School. That tells you how committed, how loving he is. Even last year, July, we were with him again in Mwendwa School, mentoring the young boys, supporting them. And really Bob, saingine sisi tukiwa Kenya tuna miss the mentorship day, but Bob akiwa wapi, hata akiwa Pluto, atachukua rocket akuje.
He also expressed his appreciation for seeing a vision that began as a personal dream finally come to fruition through the establishment of the Bob Mwiti Foundation, an initiative now dedicated to supporting and uplifting vulnerable students and communities.
I'm very happy to learn that Bob has earned this dream for a long time. This is a great thought. This is a great commitment. As the disciples of Bob, tujiulize tukiwa tunatembea na Bob kwa hii safari ya kuguza maisha in our own small ways, how can we touch our families, our neighbors, all the people near and even far from us.
As part of a mission to give back to the community.
About 8 years ago, I began quietly supporting top students from my local primary school, Gikumene, and my alma mater, Mkobo High School. As the years went by, I realized there was a need to create a more structured and scalable way to help many more students. That vision led to the creation of the Bob Mwiti Foundation.
Through its flagship Star Award, the foundation seeks to empower brilliant and financially needy students through high school education.
Through the Star Award, we support outstanding high school students across Meru County. Every week, the foundation awards Kenya shillings 20,000 to one student from each administrative ward within Meru County.
When the news finally arrived that Irene had been selected, it brought relief to the family.
I was very happy. I told God that He knows those who have reached the end of their strength and chooses to lift them up.
I felt like at rest somehow because at least I would see that I would attain my dream that I had seen now. It's almost not getting to what I thought it would be.
And for a student who has spent years balancing academic excellence, financial pressure, and health challenges, that support creates something incredibly valuable, the opportunity to continue moving forward.
I really thank and appreciate the fact that I'm among those selected, because it would really help me. Maybe this school fees that he will pay, my parents will be able to save up for the remaining parts, and also to help me to join university.
I would like to say thank you and ask God to bless him. I pray that he continues helping people in need like me. Now I know Irene will complete her Form 4 education without constant fee-related challenges.
As Irene's grandfather, I am very grateful and thankful to Bob for his kindness. May he continue helping needy children like Irene.
You can support this family and help ease their burden through this M-Pesa number. Your kindness is truly appreciated. Through the Bob Mwiti Foundation, you have an opportunity to nurture education and support determined students. Your contributions go directly toward easing the burden of school fees, helping ensure that these students are able to remain in school. Irene Mwendwa's journey reminds us that progress does not always begin with abundance. Sometimes it begins with discipline, consistency, and the decision to make the most of what is available. Through the Star Award, the Bob Mwiti Foundation continues to support students like Irene, helping them to ease the burden of school fees and create the stability needed for consistent learning. This has been the Star Award show brought to you by the Bob Mwiti Foundation. Thank you for watching.